Hi everyone, it's Jackie from Lambton Skin Clinic. I'm taking a quick opportunity to give you a bit of an evening eye or makeup look. I'm going on a bit of a razzle tonight, so I thought let's give you a tutorial on a heavier look than the normal day look that I always give you. So I'm going to start. I've just washed my face with my Retin A cleanser, my vitamin A cleanser by Dermactin, and I'm going to be wearing the Moisture Macy foundation tonight because it is a full coverage long wear makeup. So I am going to be dancing, and I want my makeup to last nice and long tonight. So I'm going to start with the Moisture Macy primer. I have used other primers under the foundation before, and it really doesn't make too much of a difference. It's just that I have a big bottle of this. So it looks like it's a very thick cream and it dries very quickly. So once you put it on, you really need to work it in very fast. It disappears quite quickly. Don't forget to also put some primer on your lids, your bridge of your nose, right under the eye line, and down onto the neck. And already it's created kind of a matte surface for my foundation to stick to. It's already dry and tacky. I've actually got too much on my hands, so I'm just gonna use it all up. Right, after that I've got my beauty blender that I like, that is She Glam from Sheen, and I've got my it's color 5 from Moisture Macy. So again, I only put 3 pumps onto my hand, and that is going to do my whole face. The beauty blender needs to be damp, so I'm lazy to go and wet it in the basin. So I'm just spritzing it with my fixing spray, and that just gives it a nice damp adhesion. Otherwise, all your foundation just sinks into the beauty blender and then it's gone. I'm going to start just by a random application all over, and then I'm going to start blending it in. I'm in a bit of a rush, so I'm hoping this will be a bit of a quicker video for you instead of my long 25-minute vids. Right, don't forget the eyelids, right under the eyes, and work it down under the chin. Pay attention to the hairline and make sure you blend it into the hairline so that there isn't a line delineating where your makeup ends. Same with the ear and onto the jawbone. I'm doing more of a dab and then a spread measure because I want really smooth coverage. Don't know if you guys can see. I haven't got my ring light on. I've just got the 2 side lights, mainly because I couldn't find the charger or the power bank for the ring light. I always make sure I'm getting foundation into the little grooves of my nose. Right, and I think that is foundation done. Just nice and smooth and applied. Right, I'm gonna do the whole tutti frutti tonight. So once I've got foundation on, for a day wear look, I would generally now powder, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna go straight into concealer and contouring. I'm gonna start with concealer or camouflage, whichever you want to call it, and I'm gonna go into that ring there, down the bridge of my nose, and then I always conceal my lids just to add an extra coverage to my eyelids as a base for my eyeshadow. I use a triangular brush because sponge because it gets right under the eyes here. You want to make sure it's not too thick because you don't want a crinkly eye halfway through the evening. Right, that's pretty much concealer done. I always do Cupid's bow and these rings. Right, now I'm going to scare you a little bit with my contour. I'm going to use a liquid contour from She Glam. It always does look quite scary, but it does blend nicely. So my contour is going to go there to there. There. This gives you a little bit more of that sun-glowed, sun-baked look. And then underneath here. And then, of course, very lightly under the chin. Quite quickly, I'm going to go into my contouring brush because it dries quite quickly. So you can use a sponge. I like a brush, and I straight away blend off those lines into more of a shading, because you don't want to be left with those lines. And you'll start to see everything soften now. On the side of the nose, I kind of make the brush smallish and blend in the nose. You'll see I've still got lines on my forehead. I'm not worried there. I'm going to just blend. There we go. Right, everyone's able to see the contour. And the last area I didn't do is here under the eye, under the chin. Right. Right, contour done. Quite nice and visible. I'm going to do my eyes after all my foundation because I'm not very messy with my eyes. But if you are messy with your eyes and the dusting powder, then do it afterwards, because you can get a bit of fallout under your eyes, but I don't. Right, so now I'm ready for powder. I'm going to be using my banana powder. It's loose powder, so I'm quite liberal with it. I've put in the cap about that much, and I've got a nice flat powder brush, and I just make sure I turn it so that it's equally distributed on the brush, and I almost just pat it into the eyes. The rest of the face can get a light dusting, but the eyes I want set so that now when I apply my shadow, it sits really nicely. Right. Okay. The reason I've powdered after all of that is because the contour and the concealer are all liquid, so I don't like the shine on my face. I'm more of a dewy matte lover. Right, going into blush. I've got a lovely blush brush. That's my favorite. I have no idea where I got it from. It's really, really old. But tonight I'm going to be using a nice, it's called Mace, and it's a beautiful color. So if you look at my contour line there, I'm going to be putting the blush above the contour line and just sweeping it back and forwards until I have enough visible. Yeah, that's probably about right. And then the same on this side. Don't forget your highlighter goes above this, so you don't want to pull your blush too high up. I do like a tiny bit of blush, just for a bit of a natural look. Right. Right, blush done. Do you see how it just accentuates more the apple of your cheek? Then I'm going to use my favorite little mermaid highlighter brush. And the highlighter that I'm going to use tonight is my Benefit highlighter. It's this one over here. It's really cute. It's got contour on one side, highlighter on the other. So I squash my brush almost into a flat line, and I want it just really on the bones of my face. There, again on the bones. down the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose, my cupid's bow. Right, just like that. Right, so for a day look, I probably wouldn't have gone so heavy on the blush, but once I've done dark eyes, you don't want to look like a pale ghost. So that is my base makeup done now. I'm going to move on to the eyes. I just want to make sure these are slightly orderly, and then we're going to begin. I am wearing black and gold this evening, so I'm going to go with a smoky gray eye. And let me see what palette I can find that has got some really nice smoky colors. I have to go through all of mine. Right, this is lovely. Right, I've got some really nice grays in here, one called Mercury and one called Cluster, and this is from the Constellation palette by Revolution. I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to start with a bit of warmth like I always do on my eye, and that's going to be this bottom blush color here. So it's almost like a warmish, it's not an orange, it's a warmish brown, and I use my fluffy brown round brush, and it's going to go in the crease of the eye, back and forwards, just in the crease of the eye. I am going to wear my hair up tonight in a messy bun. But that will be my final step of the night before I go. So you can already see a little bit of warmth here on the eyelid, back and forwards, building it up, because in the evening you want to wear a slightly heavier eye. It's not a day eye. It must look different to your normal day makeup. Right. Okay, I'm going to start with that. You'll see that gives the eye just a base color. And then I've got two brushes. I've told you I've always used, there's a dark brush and a light brush for eyeshadow, so that I don't end up with a complete mess on my face. And I'm going to start with this color Cluster. Just start building it from the edge of the eye. Again, these are highly pigmented eyeshadows, so you don't need to really rub too much to get some color on your shadow brush. And then dropping it at the corner of my eye. I'm going to start blending it across once I've gotten enough depth at the corner. There you go. I'm listening to Spa Lounge. It's like my favorite playlist when I get ready. Okay, starting to pull it across. If you can see in the corner, I'm going to neaten up this line once my makeup is done with the Beauty Blender. Can you see that's starting to come nice and deep? Okay, sorry, this side is very shadowed because of the lights, but I'm dropping it at the end of the eye and then pulling it across. I think I'm going to bring a gold color into the inner eye to accentuate the golds on my necklace and my earrings, and perhaps a gold bracelet. Right, starting to carry it more across now and blend in into like a C shape. Okay, and carry it up slightly towards my brow, blending up. Same thing this side. Start blending up and across and higher up towards the brow. Terrible shadow, but you'll see the more you work it, the nicer you're going to get a really smooth blend. I'm going to Katie's Palace tonight, if any of you know Katie's Palace. It's a Thursday evening party place. That's lovely, right? Can you see it blending up? I just don't want lines, hard lines. So I'm going up and down, stopping any kind of hard lines that have formed here. This Constellation palette also has a beautiful shimmer gold, which I'm going to try and use and show you. Shimmers tend to not stick nicely to makeup brushes, so you generally need to use a finger or a wet brush or a wet earbud, and that's what I'm going to do. Right, I'm getting my smoky eye across here. I'm quite happy with that. There we go. Right, don't forget to line under your eyes to make your eyes larger. Again, we can tidy that up. It's really not a big deal, but you do want the shadow under the eye as well. Okay, I'm going to drop just a little bit more shadow on the corners. Pull them across a bit. Okay. You get a much better view of this eye, unfortunately, than this eye, whoever's watching the video. Right. That's about as deep as I want to go. And now I want to add some brighter colors. Okay, so I'm going to go to the light brush, my cleaner light brush, and I've got a color here called Asteroid and Celestial. I'm going to mix those two together to give me the inner eye color first, just the base color. I actually prefer the Celestial color to the Asteroid, but I'm mixing the two together, and then I'm just going to sweep slightly onto the lid. And then don't forget with your light color to also just do did you see how that popped? The inner little groove of your eye. So I'm going to do Celestial again. And now the magic happens. Okay, so I've been using that color there, which is like a sort of a pinky cream. And I'm going to go in with this gorgeous gold over here. It is called Harp. And I'm not going to use my brush. I'm going to use my finger. And you just dab it onto the eye. No smearing, just dabbing the metallic. It's not a sparkle, but it's a metallic. I don't know if you can pick that up in the video, but that's what I'm doing. Right, I'm going to again take the fluffy brush, and I want to just put a little bit more warmth again into my shading. So this is just going to smooth it out. I've taken a color called Mars, which is more a brick color, and I'm smoothing that out again. Right, I think that's pretty much where I want to be. Can't really see enough of the gold in the video. I don't know if it's picking up enough. I'm going to try and dab some just there and there. Harp. It's called Harp. Right. That's what I'm going to do. Now I just need to work on this under eyebrow section. I've got a brush that is clean and hasn't been used. So I'm going to be using the lightest, not metallic color I can find. So I've got a Tarte palette here, which is a very nice neutral color with no shine to it, because I don't really want shiny, heavy eyelids. Right, that's me done. Okay, eyeshadow done. Kind of done. I'm going to add just a little bit more into this groove again of Mars and Cluster. Time for eyeliner. I'm going to be doing a lovely eyeliner look tonight. So I am going to be using my Palladio gel eyeliner with a angled brush, which is this one over here, and I'm going to sweep across the eyelid towards the end and then work it from there. I don't want to put too much on. I'd rather start, oh, it's very difficult to do in a camera. I'd rather start nice and light and then build it up. I'm going to have to make space for a mirror here. I cannot see what I'm doing. Right. The angle is working nicely. I'm pulling it across. And sweeping it up at the end. This side. Oh, you can see the gold beautifully. I just can't tell in the camera angle what you can see as a viewer. There we go. So that's my top lid accentuated. It's very nice, and it has gone into a upturn at the end, which I'm going to just clean up now. I'm going to line under the eyes and smudge it slightly. Very heavy for a start. And then I'm going to use an earbud afterwards. Right. Let me just show you what I do with an earbud, just to make it a little bit softer. There we go. See how much I'm managing to take off there. Okay, and you can even pull your eye makeup up at the corner here, and I'm going to just, do you see that nice little wing? Again, wing. Right, it's quite heavy, but very glam. I'm going to try and show you guys. I don't know if you can really have a good look at that beautiful gold. That harp color comes across really lovely. Okay, I'm going to now work on my eyebrows because they kind of look like they've disappeared with all the heavy eye makeup. So I use the Wet n Wild brow palette. Even though it looks extremely brown, it does work really well on my very black eyebrows. So I'm just going to be doing hair strokes, literally. Don't worry about going over the foundation slightly. You can neaten it up afterwards. So as long as you've got the natural shape of your brow going on there. The the arch, I'm going to just smooth it at the top. Okay, this is going to be one of those long videos again, clearly. I started off like super fast and then the eyes have taken long. Right, one of the brows are done. And let's do this one. So we start in the inner with little brow strokes, hair strokes. And all the way to the end. Right, that's looking much better. Now it just looks like I've got no lips. My next step is going to be mascara. I actually could have worn false lashes tonight, but I do find that they bother me and I tend to pick on them during the night. So I'm rather just going to go for a heavy lash with my Bye Bye Panda eyes and just layer as much as possible on until I'm happy. I have got these amazing magnetic eyelashes that I bought, and I will do a tutorial on them at some stage, maybe once I've mastered them, because you draw on your eyeliner with a magnetic eyeliner and then the lashes just adhere to the magnetic eyeliner, which is quite, I was blown away. Technology. Okay, so lashes are starting to get heavier. I want to just make sure I really drop a lot of mascara on them. And then with tonight's outfit, I am going to go with a medium colored lip, not light like my normal. I'm going to put on sort of a medium red orange, more of a statement lip. Not a ridiculous red, but quite a bold lip. Let's have a look. We'll look now. And I'm going to do a lip line and lip liner so that my lips last the entire night, even with drinking and eating. Right, that looks better. Okay, can you see now? I have got statement eyes. They really are, they have popped out. Okay, so I'm going to use this lip liner here. It's a Wet n Wild. I cannot see the color, but it is lovely. It is like a quite a bold lip. I'm going to need my mirror again, and I'm going to slightly overdraw my lips. Alexa, play Spa. And
Spa from Spotify.
There we go. And start coloring them in, because that creates a base for my lipstick. I want to pull down the bottom lip. So I'm no longer just drawing on my lip line. I'm going just below it. See what a difference that makes. Right, that's lip liner done. And I'm just going to look for a similar, I like this kind of look on my lips. I'm just going to look for a similar color. It's too reddish. And just, see, that's also a little bit, I'm going to go with that. Over the pink line it works. Just make sure you get it right to the edge of the lip. Right, that looks nice. Okay, that's my Razzle Dazzle makeup for the night. You could add a little bit of glitter if you wanted, a little bit more shimmer. I'm quite happy to go with a bit more highlighter, that's all, just to really grab the bones of the face. And then I will be doing something with the hair, I'm not too sure what, but yeah, I'm planning on something kind of messy and up. There we go. I hope you've learned something. Buy yourself an angled brush if you're wanting to do a heavy eyeliner look. So even now, looking in the camera, I would like to just angle my little wings ever so slightly more, and the angled brush is your friend. And yeah, that's me, that's Jackie. I hope you enjoyed. I'll chat to you next after Easter. Have a great Easter, and we'll chat to you next week. Bye bye.